Here are the movies from 2024 that I feel like either exceeded my expectations or did not even meet my expectations. This year is really picking up with some incredible films coming up, but there have also been some very, very bad ones, so let's dive into it. First film I'm going to talk about is A Quiet Place Day One. This is a film that really did not meet expectations for me. It really overall felt almost kind of boring at times. And this is now the second A Quiet Place sequel in this whole franchise. And the more that I start to see these other projects coming out, the more I realize that the first A Quiet Place movie was the perfect film and really the only good one that you could possibly make in this kind of universe. The dynamics of everybody in that film and then the overall like building the world and setting the stage for what this world was, I thought was also perfect. And everything since then just hasn't been able to capture that for me. Even seeing the origin of the aliens just didn't seem the best for me because when that all was happening, it was like all dusty out and cloudy. You couldn't see anything. It just made New York feel very small. So I just didn't think that this film did as good as it could, especially with it having a setting like New York. But hey, the cat was awesome in this, so that's at least a plus. One film I want to talk about that definitely exceeded my expectations was Lisa Frankenstein. This film was just a bonkers idea that I absolutely loved. I thought the execution of it was great. I thought all the 80s nostalgia with it was also awesome. And Cole Sprouse's and Catherine Newton's dynamic was also awesome. And just whoever pitched the idea of having a Frankenstein story with a tanning bed that electrocutes you because it's like old and like doesn't work anymore, absolutely awesome. I absolutely love that concept. This was like a top five film of the year for me for a while. A lot more films have come out since then, but around June, this was a top five film of the year for me. Another film that I feel like did not really meet my expectations was Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. The good things in this are very good. The CG in this looks incredible. There are some awesome characters in it, but one thing that really sucks is that some of the best characters in this, like Proximus and Raka, just aren't in the film enough. I just thought those two were also just by far the most interesting characters, and I just really would have loved to see more scenes with them, getting to know them better and stuff like that, and more of Proximus's like backstory. We may get to see more of that in the sequels, but in this one, I just didn't like it that much. And I also really didn't like the human storyline in this. I just feel like it was way too early for them to be setting up satellites and getting connected to it. I wanted to see the dynamic of the apes now being in the humans' role and the humans being in the apes' role, being the feral creatures. I thought that would have been so much more interesting than the route that they took. Another film that really, really exceeded my expectations was Abigail. I could just be loving anything that Catherine Newton is in this year, but overall, this really is such an incredible, another just bonkers, bloody horror movie. The girl who played Abigail absolutely gave an incredible performance. The entire ensemble of their cast all had great chemistry and great moments. It also has one of the best line deliveries of the year. Overall, just a blast of a film. Now, this film right here might be my biggest disappointment of 2024 because I remember seeing trailers for this and being excited because I thought the concept was very interesting and very cool. But then the film was so boring. Didn't have any good action. It was just very bad. My girl Ariana DeBose deserves so much better, and I just wish this film was better. Last film I want to talk about right here is Challengers because I recently got to watch it for the first time and it absolutely blew me away. I saw so many people talking about it and I had such high expectations for it and it still blew me away and exceeded any expectation I had for it. Like the score for it is incredible and just every part of it, the editing. I love the way they told the story, the way that they were telling everything kind of out of order, but it still all felt like a very coherent story. I was able to follow along with it very well. I loved that so much. It's the perfect execution of what this story is, and they just did such a great job with this. And I thought it was perfect, and it's my second favorite film of the year so far. Let me know what you guys think, and what were some films that really exceeded or didn't meet your expectations from this year so far?